Hi creative friends, this is Soraya and thank you so much for being here. So I am back on my 100-day project, and what I'm doing in this particular spread is I am going to go for grays instead of my usual ultramarine blues for the parts that I want to push into the background. So generally I go for my really dark blues. It just is something that works with my visual language, but I'm trying to stretch myself and push myself out of this very comfortable box. So I am going to use grays for all the areas that I want to push. And before I jump into this project here, I just wanted to say that I am going to be making a video on this particular color exercise, and it's so fun and it's so informative and it strengthens your visual language. So I posted this on my YouTube, and basically I was just saying, you know, how we can take a word and we can translate it into a color. And how this came about is I am doing that for this particular journal right here because I'm diving really deep. I'm doing so much journaling, as in, you know, writing, and so that's how that came about. But that's going to be another video, and there was quite a lot of interest even on my Instagram when I posted it in my stories. So I just think that it's a fascinating way to work, and especially since it's such an intuitive exercise. So anyways, let's just dive right into here. So I did do a drawing of my face because I didn't want to take up the video by me drawing. I just wanted to focus on the exercise, which for me is a color exercise. And it's about shadows and really about me just stretching myself, because my instant go-to is I really almost compulsively want to reach for my ultramarine blue ink. I want to come in here, I want to put all the shadows in ultramarine blue, but I am not going to do that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pretend that I do have my ultramarine blue, and I'm going to work in the same way. I'm going to put my darker grays first. Now I did mix like a more heavier bodied gray, and then I also mixed like a lighter gray. So I'm going to leave the lighter gray for later. And this to me feels very, very unnatural. Like I want to put blue down here, but you know, the whole purpose of my 100-day project is for me to stretch myself. So here I am stretching myself. And you know, this is a reminder that growth is oftentimes very uncomfortable. And even though I am so such a proponent of, yeah, I want to grow, and this is, you know, in my art or in my personal life, etc., sometimes we are just dragged into it kicking and screaming because it is a very uncomfortable process, even though I know that at the end of it I'm gonna be a lot better for it, because this is going to strengthen my knowledge and use of values. I'm gonna be forced to look at things in a new way, from a different perspective, from a different vantage point, and because I'm not using the blue and I'm using the gray, that's going to change a lot of things. I don't know, you know, all the ways it's going to change things, but I will find out. Yeah, so now it's not too bad me putting the gray on the hair, because, you know, the hair is going to be black anyways, but for me to put the grays on the face is not like, it's not natural. It's, for me, it's like an uncomfortable kind of a thing. So I'm just gonna go with it. And so everywhere that I would put the blue, I'm trying to put the grays down there. And just gonna kind of go like so, and I want to have a light hand with this. Like, I don't want to have too heavy of a hand because I'm not used to using a gray, I'm used to using a, you know, my ultramarine blue. That's my comfort zone. So I'm just gonna kind of like, so I'm pretending that this gray is blue. Like that's gonna be kind of how I'm working right now. Okay, guys, it does feel weird. And I don't know if I'm going to like the effect once I put my Liquitex transparent burnt sienna on there. I know that I love the Liquitex and how it goes over the ultramarine blue, but with this gray, I am not sure. But I guess I will find out. Okay, you guys, that doesn't look too bad for now. I mean, because when you think about it, like gray just seems like a very difficult color to work with. You know, at least it is for me. As much as I love neutrals, it is a little bit difficult for me to kind of work with them. I think it's because like it is really overpowering. Like, you know, it's very powerful. And I don't know how it's gonna mix with, like I said, the skin tones, like the burnt sienna. Okay, you guys, now I'm gonna try to drop in some of the burnt sienna. Well, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna work on the eyes a little bit here. So uh-oh, it's kind of bleeding and I don't want it to bleed. But and I do want to use tea bags on this, you guys. I don't know how it's all gonna turn out, but you know, I'm gonna use tea bags. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blot a little bit of this because I don't want it to bleed. So, you know, if I was going to be using the ultramarine blue, then I would put in all of my values. And now this is going to serve as my ultramarine blue. And now what I'm going to do is just drop in some of this burnt sienna ink, Liquitex transparent ink, and see what happens. It's going to be like an experiment. Ooh, I actually really am liking it. Okay. So far, so good. I don't know what I was expecting. Oh, I'm really liking this kind of vibe. You guys, I am really, really liking this. I mean, this is really surprising to me. I don't really know what I was expecting, but I'm really loving this. It's so moody. Okay, you guys, I'm going to allow this to dry naturally, and I'm going to do the same thing where, you know, if I have like a lot of videos that are like a very short length and I think people are following along, I'll post like 2 of them in a day, but I want this to dry naturally. I don't want to use my heating tool. So if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.